the thing with battle royale games is like I feel like I don't move fast enough. If I ran into Ninja on Fortnite, the way I feel like I would get worked. Like I think I would just delete the game after I ran into him.
I don't know, man. I don't know how they can like. I know like they get
Oh
paid for
shoot!
it.
What did you join? Oh bro,
I was
yo,
here the
I
whole
ain't
time.
seen.
Yeah,
I saw
me
Ray
too.
in the
I didn't
room.
see you at first too. I had to extend my thing. I'm like, why do I hear two? I was like, why is Raymond talking to himself? And then I extended my. But like I was gonna say, I know it's their job, but like me personally, I don't think I could play games for like 9 hours straight, 10 hours straight. Like,
Went on that boy Neff, passing
Pastor Neff. Yes, sir.
How you doing, Eddie? I see you got the hair growing out.
I got some length. Like my hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You got
Okay, then. Hey, I
okay.
see you. I see
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
What happened?
How wifey, bro?
She's good. We just been chilling, vibing, moving along. You feel me?
That's God. That's God. So I like to hear. So I like to hear.
What about you though, bro? What you been up to? I be see you hooping on the gram.
Yeah, bro. Still,
Shooting
whenever I
scat
get the
people's
chance.
face.
Still, whenever I get the chance, man. Every time.
Oh, now this boy say he coming.
Oh man,
Well,
I don't
wait
want it.
for me.
We don't want
Looking.
him here. I hated
Were there
those
any
teachers.
y'all had any teachers like that at Andrews that went late? You wonder if you came to class too late?
High school,
Wait,
I
what?
did.
Oh, high school.
High
If you
school.
came to class too late. Oh, high school, you had a teacher that wouldn't let you in the class.
Yeah, Miss Smith, Miss Smith, Pastor Layton's mom
Oh, wow.
would sit us outside. Be like, so you think you can walk into my class? Oh, she's Jamaican too. You think you can walk into my class like that? All right, you can sit back outside. I'm like, huh?
He trying to upgrade the background.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a different background.
Well, I mean, consistency is good too. I think, as you know, we doing the Thanksgiving edition, so I shifted the questions a little bit, made them more Thanksgiving centered. So the first question was, are you grateful enough for what you have in life? And 81% actually said yes. I can't lie, that was a bit higher than I was expecting. Maybe
Yeah.
I have good friends. Maybe I have good friends on Instagram, but you know.
I was about to say that is pretty high, but I would say so, yeah, because like I remember when I didn't have nothing. So even with the stuff I have now, if someone were to look at it, be like, oh, that's not much. To me, it feels like okay, I am grateful for these things. I don't know. I think even like people in our age bracket are starting to realize certain things don't really matter anymore. So the things you used to be excited for, I want this new car, I want this big house, like you don't really care for it because the real world hits you like, dang, like I need a job just to, keep the regular things on pace. And then you're just grateful for the things you have. That's what I think.
I had a very, I guess you could say test for that. I never really understood what being grateful was until a senior year of high school. I went to a Texas trip for basketball, the SWAU tournament.
Yeah. Okay.
And came back home, found out that my house got foreclosed. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, snap.
I was like, at that point, what's up, Neff? And then at that point, that's when like the lesson came in. I mean, granted, I was upset. When that happened, I was upset.
No, I mean, that's your house. That's where you grew up at.
That was my real lesson on that. And I was able to really think about it. That's why now I'm able to like look at even the little things and be grateful for it. Or things that I may have lost actually might just be God protecting me from stuff as well. As when stuff gets taken away, it's really God either testing us or really just trying to help us avoid something in our life.
I personally try to be grateful. I feel like I kind of have been generally, just because, I mean, growing up with mom being a single mom and working her jobs that she's worked, we've never had a ton of things. So like, I mean, full disclosure, like Josiah was pretty much my hookup for like experiencing anything that was like cool as a kid, as far as like devices and stuff. Because
that 2004 Madden,
I mean,
Lord.
I mean, PlayStation, Wii, PS3, I think when you got it. Yeah, so just those things like that, like the ripstick even, which I never learned how to ride. Like all those kinds of things, like mom wasn't able to get. So like I'd have to experience it that way. So like I'd have to be just grateful for like the ability to have that. I mean, just life in general, like so many different people have pitched in at different points in time.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That I know that I'm not self-made. I got blessed with like a good mind that can hold a lot of information, process a lot of information, remember a lot of things, but it's not like I've just done everything that's gotten me to this point. I've been blessed a lot. That's just something that I've kind of noticed from the beginning, just noticing that I didn't have the same opportunities and stuff that other people had.
What's up, Pastor?
Pastor Myrtle.
Chaplain, if we can get it.
Oh, Chaplain. Oh, Chaplain Murphy. Yeah. So, first question: Are
Chaplain
you
makes sense.
grateful
My fault,
enough
my fault, my
for the
fault.
things
If
that
we
you
can get it.
have?
Man, honestly, man, that's been my thing for, I want to say, since about the end of high school, my senior year. I heard a sermon one time, and he was just like, those who chase happiness, it's like a vain pursuit. It's not a permanent, like it's an emotion that goes away. It's fleeting. And he gave the verse on Paul, where Paul said, I've learned to be content. I know what it's like to have and what it's like to be without. And ever since then, man, like, bro, I tried my best to be a minimalist. Like, I try to really be content with life. Like, as long as I can chill with my friends, as long as I can do things that I enjoy, like, cost like nothing. I don't even celebrate my birthday. The best thing you could do is just say happy birthday to me. Like, as long as I have my memory, I can, like, yo, I remember when Joe texted me or messaged me in the group chat saying happy birthday. Like, he took time out of his day. I learned to appreciate people's time in the little things that they do for me, even though I try not to ask for a lot, because I feel like I already have a lot. I learned to be content with what I had. I like looking at things like, bro, when those Kobe and Maestros dropped, the 9s, the teals, I was like, oh, yo, those are sweet. I looked at the price, like 3 something. I love the Maestro, the Black Mamba, greatness personified. But 360 is a little steep. You need to drop about 300. Like, listen, my G, I don't pay more than $80 for those shoes. My parents sacrificed and they try to give us, everything we pretty much asked for, and that's the thing. When you take time to look at your own life, if you don't compare it to anything, you can see God's faithfulness. It's when we start looking like that song, right? Comparison kills. Like, that's what it is. That's what stops us from being content. And we settle for it. I'm happy or I'm not happy.
The second one is, do you feel we have forgotten how to appreciate things? 87% of people say yes.
I don't think it's forgot, but I think it's really just choice or a lifestyle, something that you've see from before. For somebody that's been raised in Bel Air, big house, you know what I'm saying? Big whips and all that stuff. And then somebody gives them something small, not compared to what they've received before. They don't know how to appreciate stuff like that unless their parents taught them, because what they've been around, what their lifestyle has been, it's been that. I don't think we forgot how to appreciate things, because everybody has gone through a struggle. Everybody has a struggle that they've gone through. And if they haven't, they're going to go through one. That's just how life is going to be. It's either that they haven't learned it yet, or they know about it, but they choose not to care or look at the little things.
We don't forget, but we tend to go through a season or a moment of time where we underappreciate the things that we have. So like just like you get things so frequently, or you're used to a certain lifestyle, that you tend to underappreciate the things that actually matter, like family time or quality time with your friends or quality time with so and so and stuff like that. And I think social media plays a role in that a little bit, because like nowadays everything is so quick that you tend to, in a way, a little forget about what happened yesterday. Like, God could have literally did a miracle for you yesterday. You're on social media, so-and-so's traveling, so-and-so got some new wheels on their car, so got the iPhone 12. Like, if you just sit down and remove yourself or take a break from social media and be like, wait, all the things that I prayed for, God already has given them to me, and then some more. Let me actually sit there and appreciate the things that I got. Most people can't, because they're always on go. What's next? What's this? What this person do? So like, it's like a rat race sometimes.
I feel the question is general. I think it has to be, like, but we have to be mindful that, like, needs change. With that constant change, like, when would you have the time to appreciate things? You get what I'm saying? When would you have the time to maybe even appreciate people around you? Should the question be like, can we appreciate things the same as we did back? You know, like, is there different ways of showing appreciation? Does appreciation have to be just as instant anymore? Can it be a little bit delayed? You know, does everything merit appreciation? Like, yes and no. In my opinion, I don't think someone really forgets how to appreciate. You may forget when. Some people may have like time limits. Like if Joe hits me up, it's like, yo, Neff, man, I really need help with something, bazi, and I help him out, and then I don't hear nothing, I just be like, oh, F me then. so you know, like, but if I let him, if I understand, like, yo, Joe hit me up in a panic, and like, when do we give people time to settle down? What if you're not in the right space to go out and appreciate somebody? Like, what if you still have emotions from that situation that you need to process through and stuff like that? It's not that you're not going to. Appreciation doesn't have to be as instant as everything else in this world.
Or 9 of the 10 didn't go back to him.
Yeah.
They didn't, but you know, I feel like even that one, like, he went back. Yeah, there's probably some time where he was ecstatic, like, I'm healed, like, yo, this is crazy. And then I was like, oh shoot, there was somebody who helped me out in this. And then he went back. Like, I feel like we have to give people space, man. Like, we have to give, and this is what I'm saying, like, God, I've been trying to tell myself this. God is more understanding than we make him out to be. The more I look at that story, now this is controversial, hot take. Samson committed suicide. I don't care what, like, I'm not gonna say I don't care what you say, but from what I read, Samson committed suicide. He asked for the strength, and the Lord knew what he was gonna do with it. He knew he was gonna make it out alive, and that was the plan the whole time. So if that is the thing, but you don't think God takes that into account? You don't think God understands the situation more than I can comprehend reading it in the book?
Of course.
Like, God is more understanding than we think, man.
I think this goes back to consumerism, and the fact that society and our lives has sped up to the point that we don't even see a need, or maybe feel like we can even appreciate what's happening, because we're just consumers now. We order what we want, we expect to get it, and then we keep going. Like, there's becoming a sense of entitlement, just as like how we see ourselves. We see ourselves generally as people that we deserve what we expect almost, and we become like customers of life in a way, where it's like things are just supposed to be serving us all the time. You know, Neff and I we got that dinner box from Barron Springs Pizza Hut. You know, we we just supposed to get it. Like, why do I have
Eddie and I on that Domino's trip, bro? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That Domino's trip.
Risking our lives during the
y'all
polar
had
vortex.
gas money. That's what it was. Y'all had gas money to go to town. Right?
The time we get back to the room, and then we be like, yo, they didn't put the garlic sauce. They didn't put the
We weren't going back. We weren't going back.
Hey, y'all got the gas. Go back and get it.
Huh?
Sir, it was a polar vortex.
No, it was
not going back out.
Yeah, by that
I think
time,
Eddie still had
you know
that
what?
video too,
Let me
bro.
get some ketchup. That's about it. Let me just add some ketchup on
You tweaking, like, if he asked some shit. Oh, boy.
at that
No,
point.
how we see things, I feel like we just expect, like, you know, we appreciate Pizza Hut is open, I guess, but it's not really appreciation. We're just like, they're a business. You're supposed to be open.
Yeah.
When I order my food, you're supposed to give it to me. I think it has to be a mindset where we are like reminding ourselves that, you know, things, we can be grateful for things. Because as much as like people have jobs, they don't have to put ice in our soda at McDonald's if they don't want to. If they're having a bad day, they don't have to salt our fries if they don't feel like it.
They could do a lot of bad stuff if they're not in a good mood.
So,
oh Lord,
like, you know, I think it is in a way respecting choice to like do what they did for us. Because yes, it's a job, but you can choose how you do a job. I think we can respect people choosing to not be selfish or choosing to be a better global citizen or whatever it is.
I was talking to my friend, and she did a study on the difference between being kind and being nice, right? That there's a difference. If you open the door and somebody walks through, you know, you're expecting them to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's you being nice because you're expecting some kind of reward, some kind of gain from doing it. You know what I'm saying? Being kind is doing something without expecting a reward, expecting anything at all. You're just doing it because out of your heart, you know, you feel like this is the right thing to do.
Those two are used as synonyms so extensively that like you don't even really think about them being two different words.
Interesting. You know what that made me think of? You know, like the quote says, "Nice guys finish last." If you're saying nice is equivalent to that guy doing X, Y, and Z for this girl, and he's expecting her to maybe do the same back, or at least like him back or love him back. That's a pretty interesting thought. Then.
Oh, I think that's another video. That
That just
got
messed up.
Samson and now this.
Write these down, Ray.
Right.
Don't be forgetting these gems.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna just say her name before she get mad. Camille, Ray.
Oh,
because I feel like she'll look at. So you're not just gonna say my name?
We are not trying to get blown up in the comments, which almost
right. Copyright.
Turn the comments off, my G.
Turn the.
No, I'll get a call personally. I don't want that.
Your tweet's not loading. Okay. All right.
Another one.
All right.
All right. Number 3. Should you ever say thank you if you don't mean it? 68% of people said yes on this one.
Since we now know the difference between being nice and kind, in the world of people being nice, you should because it is going to avoid problems. If more people were kind, shout out to Camille. If more people were kind,
amen.
If more people were kind,
yes,
this wouldn't even be a question. You would just do it. And again, well, here's the thing. Again, go back to the last question. Have we forgotten how to appreciate? Should appreciation be looked at differently now? Because if we were all kind, it would naturally flow to show that kind of appreciation.
There'll be no problems in the world, to be honest. Most fights start like, yo, I did stuff for so-and-so. I expected them to do something back. Now we not cool because of that.
You can do everything through Christ except try me. And you know what's funny? Even with that, I'm human just like you. If I do something for you and I don't hear a thank you like ever, that's the equivalent of like Ray asking me for money, and then later that day I see Ray spending money, and I'm just like, my G, like, you know what's going on?
Him being not nice to you back. Or is it also, in a way, he's disrespecting you? So if someone is trying you, that means they don't respect you. So I think that can be like, respect can be thrown in there too. Because when you respect someone, like, you're going to treat them kindly.
Joe and Ray have known each other for years, right? When you have that bond with somebody, don't you reach a point where certain things are just like, yo, I appreciate you. Like what's understood doesn't have to be said. But what if I take that mindset and now Joe transfers that to me? Like, what's understood doesn't have to be said. I don't have that same relationship that he has with Ray. So I could be, I can hold the door open for Joe and like, I don't hear good looks.
So you gonna be like, hey, yo, my man, you just gonna walk through like that?
Joe's thinking to himself like, really, my G? I was like, hey, yo, good looks, Nev. I was like, thank you. Like at that point, did he feel the need to say thank you for something so small? If you are a kind person, would a kind person say thank you and not mean it?
I feel like my self-integrity wouldn't allow me to do something like that, say something I didn't mean.
Right.
But on the other hand, like being a kind person, whatever I did, I would mean to do anyway, if it was something like deserving of a thing.
Yo, hold up. This whole conversation is messing my brain up. Cause look, because look, he said like if a kind person didn't mean it, would they say it? Then it could jump back to like being grateful for the thank you, like the person. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just say thank you just to say thank you. Doesn't mean be like didn't mean it, but like you don't need to keep like doing like, oh, that person said thank you. Like, oh, I'm gonna keep marinating on this. Oh, he said thank you. Like no, like thank you is a thank you, and that's it. Like push on. Like so it is like you just say it just to avoid problems, but you do mean it. But it didn't merit anything else other than thank you, and you accepted it. That's it. Like you don't need to dwell on it.
To a certain degree, I kind of agree with you, but also there's a point where I disagree. There's one semester at Andrews, just one. I had a lot of money on my CAF account just for one semester. This is never a thing. And I was like, yo, I have a lot of bread on here. So then I was just like, you know what? I went to the gazebo. I was like, yo, I'm gonna pay for the person behind me. Person behind me's like, oh my gosh, I literally had $3 left on my account. I was like, oh, what? So then what were you gonna get? He was like, naked, the smoothie naked, because that's like $3 and that's cap. You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, oh, go ahead and get more, man. You know what I'm saying? Go get whatever you need. Literally, she's like, yo, thank you so much. When I say I felt warm, I walked outside, I was cheesing. People were like, yo, Joe, why you cheesing so? I ain't never seen you cheese like that, bro. I feel good, bro.
But like, well, you got a date later on?
Bro, my man went to practice that day shooting from half court.
Oh God, bro! That was the best day of practice ever. Ain't nobody can stop me.
But listen. But that goes back to the being kind thing. You did that out of the kindness of your heart. So because you weren't expecting nothing back, the reaction that person gave you made you happy. You did it for the kindness. So it filled you up more. It made you more happy. It made you like, wow, like this is dope. But I think a lot of people, to me, you know, I'm calling them out. There's a lot of people in our generation.
Name drop.
Oh, he's saying our generation. It's generous.
It's a bulk of people. They have like a stamp on them as I'm a nice person. Like the way they conduct themselves, the way they make certain things seem.
Oh, it's for how people see them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for how people see them. And like sometimes that like it doesn't bother me to the point where like I can't go to sleep. I go to sleep every night. Good. Like, I'm about
we get it. Your cup.
I
know.
No problem. I think that bothers me enough for me not to go to sleep. It's annoying because like let's say for example, like somebody looks at me, right? Oh, they may think like I'm a thug because like I used to have earrings and I had tattoos. But then like when it comes down to the nitty gritty stuff and they actually get to know like, oh, Eddie's a kind and nice person. But then there's other people who have that stamp of being nice because they, you know, they're cookie color, like they're wearing the proper clothes and they look like a good person. But like that person really don't care though. Like it's kind of hard because we're human, but like I think sometimes we need to push past that. Like just because you see someone like this doesn't mean that's who they are.
It's crazy because like it's like the moment you see somebody, like how many seconds pass before you judge, like you make your whole judgment or analysis on them? It's like
5 seconds or something, 30 seconds.
It's like a couple seconds, something like that. This is what they're showing on the outside. You know what? I'm gonna go past that. Hey, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Being a grateful person, yeah, I think you would be grateful for just things in general. So
I have had situations where people told me I'm ungrateful because one, I don't like asking for handouts. So when somebody does something for me without me asking, I'll just be like, yo, bro, dog, you good, bro. You are grateful for that. I was like, and I'm stuck with my words because I don't know what to say. I'm like, bro, it's not me being, it's just that I don't like that.
No, I feel you.
And then I'm just like, everybody's like, yeah, bro, the dude's ungrateful. It's like,
dude's ungrateful, yo.
No, like I mean, when you have self-knowledge, like you know that you know yourself, it's like that's something that you know should be respected, but sometimes people don't respect it because they swear they know you as well or better than you know yourself. Just like come on, man, like I know you, and it's like, well, clearly not, because I don't want this.
Bro, even if it's something you do want, my birthday last year, my girl's mom got me a gift. And I called her and I was like, hey, thank you for the gift, but next year don't do that. Like that was what I said. Because here's my thing, like I told you, I don't celebrate my birthday. I'd rather you just call. And my thing is like, I told her beforehand that I don't celebrate my birthday, but they did it anyway. It's weird, but now I feel like I owe you one. And it was never in my intention to owe you one.
Don't like owing people, John.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because gift giving is my, like, gift receiving is like my least favorite love language. Like, I hate it.
Yeah.
If my parents give me something to this day, I go to the store for my parents and they say, keep the change. I'm not offering it to you again. But when other people do it, now it's just like, I have to say thank you. Mm-hmm. Because to me, this is the situation you have now created for me. So maybe in this sense, going back to the original question, yeah, I would say it. But it's because you're a jerk who put me in this situation. Okay? So I would say. But it's because this is what you wanted, huh? This is a big show.
You want this thank you? Fine. Here's your thank you.
Like, here you go.
Or Nev, it's just like I don't like owing people stuff. One, I do pay back what is owed. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It might be something I need. It might be something I want. I'll take it, but best believe we're fighting first. Well, I'm going to argue with you. I'm going to argue with you.
But isn't that only with certain people though? Because there's people like that you're close friends with, whether it be Raymond, whether it be someone else, whether it be me, whether it be Nev. You knew if we got you something, it wasn't for like we quote unquote want something in return, and vice versa. Or do you still somewhat deep down feel like that? Like, although they were being kind, and I generally know that, and they don't want nothing back from me, you feel like you owe them something. Because I don't feel like that. Like, if it's like my close friends, I don't feel like that. If it's someone else, I slightly do, but then again, I don't, because you don't owe no one nothing. You only owe God everything. So, but when it's my close friends, I don't feel like.
So my boy Josh, right? We be ordering food and be like, I got it. He won't even say it. You just put the card down. All right, best. I'm about to pay you back. Nah, bro, you good. Be like, bro, nah, I'll pay you back. Like, me and him are going back and forth fighting. Back.
Bro, the lady at the register is just like, take both cards. Give me that joint.
And it comes to the point where I have to sneak paying for something because I know him. We went to the gym. We were about to get some pre-workout. And I was just like, yeah. Hey, yo, Josh, there's something over. Yeah. Put my card there. Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm just like, hey, both of us can play this game, big dog. Like right now, it's a battle between us. Who gonna pay? To me, it doesn't matter. It's going back and forth either way, close friend or not. Close friend. I even do it with my mother, bro.
Battling to spend money. That's crazy. I'm broke, but I ain't that broke.
More with Eddie. Yeah, I think I'm more with Eddie with that one. Like, if it's a close homie, man, like I'll be like, bro, you ain't gotta do that. I'll get you back, and it won't be a big deal. But you got to think about it like this. The reason why it's different, because this is like my girl's mom. It's not like we're buddy buddies. It's not like you're like my brother. If I ever broke up with your daughter, then what? That's literally the mindset that I have. Even though, babe, I love you if you see this, but it's kind of like,
I agree.
What do I do?
They will feel resentment towards you, not because you did something quote unquote wrong to their daughter. Because if people break up, they break up. But they will feel resentment towards you because they did things for you and the thing didn't last.
Yeah, exactly. I invested in this relationship and then this ended. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
So when the next fella comes along, they're like, oh, that's your new boyfriend? Oh, we ain't getting him nothing.
We're like, if there's not a ring, I ain't spending nothing.
He want the new P5? Yeah, married, I'll get him the P5. Other than that, keep it stepping.
Take that PS2 and PS3 together.
Mm-hmm.
Quick math.
I would have thrown a fit if I saw. I would have thrown a fit.
Question number 4: do we believe people are generally good or generally bad? We got 70% saying they believe people are generally good.
Well, we're all generally bad. We learned to be good.
It talks about it in the Bible too. Like
born in sin.
Yeah, no, not even that. It was like, I think I was reading recently. Like, no one is righteous. No one is righteous.
Or no one is good.
Yeah, but everybody's looking.
I think it's Romans chapter 3, I believe.
I think.
All right, Pastor.
I think so.
No one merits anything that they receive or get blessed from God for. Like, you don't merit that. We're all sinful people. Like, God and Jesus enjoy the things you're doing for progressing His kingdom, but in hindsight, He don't need you. He made the universe. You're just helping him out, but then again, He doesn't need your help on top of that. Like, so, like, what are you really complaining for? What are you really boasting about? No one's really like, oh, I'm a great person. I'm a great person. Like, are you a great person because of you, or are you a great person because you're following Christ and because you love Him so much? And then in return, naturally, you just become a good person. You're not a good person on your own right. You already see it. People got billions of dollars. Like, how do you have $1 billion? Like, you should only have a few million if you really cared about humanity. There's people starving in your own country. How? 20 billion? And there's several billionaires? Come on, man.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So Eddie's like, I'm still living off that one stimmy.
One.
The verse that Eddie was talking about was Romans 3 verse 10. Neff. You're right. You're right. As it is written, there is no one righteous, not even one. Look at Pastor Neff, bro. Pastor Neff, bro.
I think that question is like half right. We're all like, we're innately bad. Like, do you know, like, someone had to tell you, like, when you're out with your lady, pull a chair out, open the door for your mom. You know what I'm saying? Go get, like, don't let your mom carry heavy things. You know what I'm saying? Like, treat women like this. Someone had to tell you, because if they didn't, guess what? Your mom's holding that heavy box. You'd be like, hey, yo, you got it, my G. You got out the car. Like, yo, your lady going to sit down. You'd be like, hey, like, you got arms. Your arms ain't broke. I would, even if you don't want to take it there, I feel like people are a product of their circumstance. Listen, think about people in like Lebanon, Syria, whatever. Literally, my G, your white noise is bombs. No, let's keep it a buck. How nice could you be? How nice could you be to an American? How nice can people be in the midst of their circumstances to the point where you don't understand? Like, yo, if that was me, my psyche is gone long time ago.
The humility is what also makes you a nice person. When you're humble, you tend to understand and realize things like there's a greater thing than what we've been arguing about or fighting about.
How? But again, Eddie, how? If you lived in a war-torn country, what's there to be humble about? But the people that commit suicide, it's because death seemed better than life. Like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm saying. The psyche could be broken. Like, we are innately bad. Life circumstances like shape people's views. What's bad? Because if you grew up in poverty and the person, and like little kids who turn into pickpockets, what do they know? They know if I don't steal this fruit, I don't eat.
I agree.
So that's survival. That's not bad. That's me trying to live.
Little kids are hilarious because like they will be savages to each other first and then go and fix it. They'll snatch toys from each other first. And then once they see there's a problem, then they'll go and remedy that problem. People feel like the good has to come from somewhere. And I think that's where worldview and things like that really come into play. That's like very deep fundamental stuff. Is your mental health okay?
I would say for me, yes. But even though we're in a pandemic and all these things and people are panicking, but I've seen what before was or how bad it was before. So this right here, I can manage. Like, I'm okay. And because in the Bible it says, hey, when you're having all these stress, when you're having all these problems, Jesus says, bring them to me. So I literally do that. So that's why I sleep at peace at night, because I know I have a savior who created the whole universe on my side. Some people say that with their mouths and then they don't believe what they said. So I literally go to sleep good. So my mental health, of course you have those days like you feel kind of down or whatever, but like that's everybody. But majority of the time, I would say 90% of the time, I'm pretty fine. Like I'm okay, to be honest.
I'm chilling, man. I'm real steady.
Sound chilling.
It's not chilling,
yeah, man. I'm chilling. I mean, right now at this point in time, I'm just letting God be God and let him stay in control of everything. Can't do nothing of my own. And I just gotta wait for God's timing because his timing is perfect. So.
If you talk to some of my friends, you talk to my girl, I'm always okay. If I'm not okay, I'm gonna be okay. With that being said, at this point in time, your boy is tired. And it's not even like I'm tired for things like right now. I'm tired of what I have to have going on. I've been on the other side of that conversation where I ask friends and stuff like that, and they talk to me about what they're going through. I've been on the other side, and I know what I've said. I said, like Jeremiah 29:11, no, the Lord has plans for you, and plans not to harm you, but to give you an expected end. But I also, and now coming to realize it's okay to feel this way. Many of our spiritual examples in the Bible, they kind of fought depression. Knowing that you've had experiences with God, knowing you know who God is, does not make you exempt from having like declining mental health, from having like overwhelming emotions. But I'm always reminding myself, like, dude, you're gonna be okay.
In those moments, those hard moments, or those times you feel down or border depressed or sometimes depressed, are there sometimes the breakthrough moments you actually need with God?
For me, my fatigue is more just social, because for me being the supreme extrovert that I am, it's difficult to really get the refill on a daily basis. Yeah, like Nat said, it's just like kind of tiring because just like, when will we hit a next phase of this? The uncertainty of where we are is also just like not helping because it's like you don't really know which direction we're gonna go. It looks like the COVID numbers are getting worse, so it looks like things are going down, but then chronologically we're still going forward. So it's just like, okay, are we really going backwards or are we just going to adapt and acclimate to this moving forward? Like, what's going to happen? This is a interesting one. Is everyone deserving of good things no matter what they've done?
I think it was in Ecclesiastes. It kept trying to say everything we do is meaningless. Why is it that the bad people get good things and the righteous people get the bad things? Like, who are you to question or even say that? Who are you compared to God to even say, why do bad people get good things and why do good people get bad? Who are you? He didn't make something bad happen to you. He allows things to happen, but he didn't necessarily do nothing bad towards you. God's not a bad person. Sometimes we just need to sit in our place and just wait our turn. That's it.
Wait, wait our turn for the good or wait our turn for the bad?
Bruh.
Either or. Because
It's coming. It's coming sooner or later. Either one is coming.
Wait your turn to get smacked, all right?
Because I be thinking, I'm like, yo, hold up, things are going too good right now. Something's going.
Something's going.
No one's gonna have a perfect life all the way through. You can't. We live in a sinful world, so you just need to accept it and just tough it out through the tough times too.
We are in no position to say if people deserve anything good or deserve anything bad. When we talking about good, we're talking about a societal view of what good is. We don't look at our own level to see what's good for us or what's good for right now. We're looking at them and we see, they got a bag. That's good. What we see might be minuscule is actually something that's good, but it depends on if we appreciate it or not. I paid for Shawty's lunch that day. She like, you deserve something good for paying for my lunch. But then I go down the street and kill somebody. So so then I still deserve something good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Your Honor, I'd like to receive bail because I paid for a young lady's naked just hours before the alleged murder.
Exactly.
Back to how I was saying the whole billionaire thing, why do you have $1 billion?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I still don't lose sleep over that, because the Bible also says, hey, even though these people are having quote unquote good things happening to them, listen, when the time comes, they can take it with them. Take it with them. But you, the poor, the people that's struggling through injustice, you're gonna have everything when the time comes. So don't worry.
God comes kind of on the scene harsh. My man Job been crying for days. My man is sick. My man is childless. My man is just poor, just a wreck. And the first thing God says, yo, I'm gonna question you. You better answer me. Where were you when I laid down the foundations of the earth? Why did he take care of these boils first? Even in his questions, Job didn't say, why is this happening to me? It's almost like, bro, I've done some great evil. Just finish me off. It was not blaming God for anything. It wasn't looking at somebody else. And again, comparison kills. You know what chips away at your faith the most is when you're going through something and then I look at my brother, I look at my sister, I see that I'm seemingly more good, more kind, more nice than them. And they look like they're not struggling at all, my G. Even now, when I'm saying I'm tired, listen, if Ray is like, yo, guys, I made the dean's list in medical school. Listen, my G, the chat is going ablaze. And I don't think not any of us is going to be like, damn, man, I never made the dean's list. Yeah, bro, the good that happens to you, yo, rejoice with those who are rejoicing, weep with those who are weeping. And we attempt to do Christ-like things, which are good. But are we good? No. Our best are filthy rags, my G.
Well, I mean, I had it from before, but this question mostly stemmed from, the stuff that I see online, which I feel like online there's been a ranking of bad things to be. rapists, and pedophiles. Those people are considered to be worthy of death and in most cases considered less than human. I think slightly below that are like animal abusers. Those people are also considered not worthy of, I guess, anything really by a lot of people online. And I look at that stuff and I'm just like, we're going to judge our human value just on whether you did or didn't commit these crimes. And people were like, well, it's obviously horrible. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but that doesn't change his human value. All the people that became Nazis in Germany didn't lose their human value because they became Nazis. Whatever the heck happened in that social, economic, political context for those people to become that, that's what happened. That doesn't change their inherent value, whether they deserve respect or not. You can have enemies, and if someone is trying to kill you, yes, you should defend yourself. Whenever I see someone say like, "Oh, like this blank fill in blank needs to die," I'm like, you go kill them then, if you think it's so easy. No, because like people talk about death and stuff. I'm like, if y'all think it's so easy, y'all go do it then. If you're really that serious about it, I think there's hypocrisy in that. Not only is it like, okay, committing the worst crimes makes other people worse than others. It's just the fact that acting like you've lived this perfect life that makes you worthy of judging other people. Because one of everyone's favorite lines, shout to Hannah Montana, is nobody's perfect. At the same time, we try to, just throw it at people like, oh, you did this, so like you don't deserve whatever. And I'm just like, if someone does a bad crime, let's do whatever a punishment or whatever needs to be done and keep it going. But this overhyping of things where it's like you just wish death on someone because they cut you off in traffic, but you think the rapist is the one that just deserves death, and you wishing death on people is just whatever, right? So like, I mean, there's stuff like that for me where it's a little bit more deeply upsetting for me because it's just like the hypocrisy. And I see it really when I see stuff like this from like Christians. It's just like, man, look, there's righteous indignation, and then there's just taking it too far. And sometimes it's going too far. Are we forgetting where the whole idea of the gospel comes from? Like the fact that we're all supposed to be dead, but we're not? It's the last question. So I don't know where y'all stand on this one, but is stovetop macaroni acceptable for Thanksgiving? We got 50.
Depends on your budget. Depends on your budget. Depends on your budget. Depends on your budget.
No matter what budget you on.
It depends on your budget.
See you guys next week on Ray's Wisdom.
So how you gonna end a show that's not yours?
You know what it is? It is acceptable if you're eating alone. You ain't finna invite nobody in a pandemic to go eat stovetop. Listen, Ray just said it. We're not supposed to be wishing ill on nobody, but if you do that, you making people risk their life for stovetop. Listen, if you're doing the whole Friendsgiving thing, and then some black folks show up and your oven is not hot, listen,
pack it up.
You gotta go.
You gotta go, Bucko.
So I heard budget. So does that mean stovetop is for 4 people? Is that what we saying?
No,
I didn't say budget.
If you have a stove,
it's not as poor.
You have an oven.
Go make your
own. What about the burners?
Yeah, you can have the portable burners that you plug in.
Be in the cabin in the woods then or something. You better go knock on the neighbor's door talking about, leave this in your oven for about 2 hours and just let me know when it's done.
Bro, I would even take if you went to like the freezer aisle, you throw it in the oven. Yeah, I would even take that. But to take that Kraft macaroni and cheese box and think you're finna slap that in a bowl and put it on the table, listen, and invite me over? Listen, I just, that situation, Ray, I don't care what. You're not getting a thank you from me, because I definitely you're not getting a thank you from me, my G. I definitely don't mean it. I'm not being nice or kind.
I'm dead.
You be that's disrespectful. Just say you don't know how to cook. Say, listen, guys, at least tell people ahead of time. Don't let it be a surprise.
Never go be like old dude from The Simpsons. Walk in, put his
like what?
turn around.
Yeah, we out. Listen, this could be a lonely Thanksgiving too. And you know what? If you invited me, not only would I walk out, but I'd walk out with it to throw it away. Like because
Out of the kindness of my heart, I got to throw it away for you.
Listen, I'm not expecting you to pay me back or anything, but I'm gonna make sure that you don't take a picture of this and some people be like, oh, I'm eating good. You shouldn't tell people you're struggling in that manner. Okay? No. No.
They take a picture of food and they tag you in it. They tag everyone.
Yeah, they gotta let people know.
Like, oh, this like not eating. Oh.
I remember when we came back to school, like, Eddie, how's Thanksgiving? Eddie like, yo, you know your boy was grubbing. Then you see on the gram where Eddie was tagged in, you're like, yo, you could have just told me you had hard times. That's what you're gonna do.
Throw out their own food. I don't think I've heard anything more.
I gotta save you for yourself. That's what called, it's not easy. Nobody said it was easy to be your brother's keeper, Ray. All right. Nobody said it was gonna be a walk in the park.
Oh my
Sometimes you gotta do stuff like that.
This guy.
My girlfriend one time, I don't care if she sees this. It is what it is. I think it was last Thanksgiving. I think it was. So
Eddie, we might not see you alive, bro.
She cool. So okay. I guess she was just nervous, so she like burned the rice a little bit. So even though I tasted it, I told her this is nasty. I didn't throw it out, but I still kept eating it, but still giving her like, yo, this is nasty. Yo, next time do better. I was
like
still
that
eating
hurts
it, but
more. Doesn't that hurt more?
Does that hurt?
Honestly,
that feel like that would hurt more.
It does, but you know what that says? Okay, think of it like this. Let's say you playing a basketball game, right? Someone's cooking, like, yo, you boo-boo, yo, you can't even do a layup. Yo, you can't even shoot threes. That's gonna motivate you. Like, yo, when no one's around, I'm gonna go practice my threes. I'm gonna go practice my layups.
I ain't even gonna hold you though.
I'm going in. So that's what I'm doing. She's
like, you're not getting the ball no more, kid.
You're not getting
the ball no more, kid.
That motivates you though. That motivates you. It's like, Jordan, you didn't make the team. What he kept doing, practicing. Now we wearing his shoes.
No, but do you think his coach, every time he seen him, he was like, yo, he's sorry behind. You didn't make the team this year. And he's like, hey, yo, coach, I'm gonna come back next year. Well, you didn't make it this year. No, listen, you kept eating and killing that girl at the same time. He was like, hey, yo, my G, I'm not gonna.
I said it like 2 times. That's about it. I said it like 2 times.
I feel like that would be worse.
Throw someone's food away or to eat it, and while you eat it, tell them how bad it is. What's worse?
I don't think I finished it. Like I just ate like I took like 5 bites, and I'm like, nah, I can't keep on going.
Wait, so Joe,
not because I was eating it. I was like, I'm like, this ain't good.
I feel like
I feel like you're playing with her mentally. He says it tastes bad, but he's still eating it.
But at least the thing is,
I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt because you know when you hungry,
ain't no benefit of the doubt when you say it's nasty. But
I was trying to see. I was like, maybe it's an acquired taste. I was like, let me try another second one.
Acquired taste.
I was like, this ain't it.
My man was like, it was probably just this part of the scoop. Let me turn the plate around. Let me go to this side.
Hey, let me get a scoop from the other side of the pot.
Let me get a scoop from the other side of the pot, please. I couldn't do it. But here's the thing though. Like you at least could have took a bite and then you know what? It was like, you know what? After the meal, I feel like this was unsolicited. Like she didn't even take out her plate and she was just, he's just like, hey yo, babe. Next year for Thanksgiving, you've been demoted. You're on the rolls. You gotta work your way back to the rice. You gotta work your way back to the rice, right?
No, I'm not gonna lie. No, that's actually how it went. That's actually how it went. That was the only real time she missed. Other than that, 98% of the time
she don't miss.
And I let her know, I'm like, yo, this is good. Like
after that one time, Eddie's like, yo, from now on, that's how you cook.
That's it right there.
What if your girlfriend made stovetop macaroni? What is you doing?
I'm not gonna eat it.
Are you throwing it away though?
No, I'm walking out. I'm walking right back out.
Are you gonna throw it away though? If it's your girlfriend's stovetop macaroni, are you gonna throw it away though?
I am walking right back out.
You know what? I have some questions first. I'd be like, who's this for? Because here's my thing. I don't even consider myself a picky eater. But for that meal, for Thanksgiving, and you're giving me stovetop. I'm like, who else is coming? Who else is coming? Because
It couldn't be me.
can't be for me. Did you at least do the napkin over the plate and then you turn the plate over? Did you at least do that?
I don't remember. I don't know if I handed because she already had 8, I think, or something like that. So she just like watching me eat, and she's like on her phone.
Oh no!
And then like she's like, "Are you?" Like, I just left it there, like close to me, because I was like on my phone. I was kind of like, just chilling. She's like, "Are you done with that?" I was like, "Yeah." So
you know, I feel made it worse though. Eddie is Haitian. We eat rice for every meal. The expectation was too high, Eddie. She was set up to fail from the jump.
Oh, y'all did talk about that in another video.
But listen. But although she's not Haitian and she's Dominican, they have rice in their culture.
They do got rice in their culture.
Okay. See, I didn't know she was Dominican.
Our level's the same level. It don't matter nothing. Like
I know.
It's just the rice different.
Our foods are basically the same. They just have different names for them. So
no, that's true. But you know what's funny? If the roles were switched though, like let's say you make some plantain. We eat bun a little differently. You know what I'm saying? And she's used to that mango. And Eddie just give her this boiled plantain, and she's like, "What is this? What do I do with this?
What do I do with this?" Look, as you said before, right? If someone said from the jump, "I don't know how to cook," that's but with her, she's like, "Yeah, I can cook." So I was like, "Okay." And then it came to that damn Thanksgiving though. You burned the rice on Thanksgiving.
Hey, no, you said a little bit. Don't say burn all the way. It was edible.
Okay, it was burnt a little bit. Like
your first time tasting the cooking would have been Thanksgiving. Do you go to her Thanksgiving?
No, that's too much pressure.
I'm staying with my family. I'm staying with my family. I can't do that. If we just met, it was like a few months. Nah.
I mean, I couldn't risk it because I'm a big guy, and if the food is buns, and keep trying to pile me up with a plate, 2 plates, a to-go plate, and I'm gonna carry around this garbage food for you. Get out of here.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold you.
Take this home? No.
Quick question on the same story. Eddie, did you say thank you for the food?
No, I always say thank you, regardless if I like it or don't like it. I still say thank
you. Didn't mean it, Eddie? Oh.
No, because I barely, because look, even though I didn't like it, it still put something in my stomach.
You're right.
He's grateful for the provision.
Not like
I mean, it wasn't rice the only thing you had to eat, so
I'll let y'all know when the recording is up. Probably will be up this week since I don't think I have too much to do as far as school. So,
hey, Ray had when you had the water fountain moment, he like come back with the like 600 yards, 12 touchdowns, 3 picks. Right, Ray had that moment.
Water, knowing that you put up stats, boy.
Oh no, bro. We went to halftime. I was so upset. I came back after halftime and just went to work.
Yo, my man was like Ed Reed. You gotta put my heart to this, man. Let's go. My man was ready.
I put my heart in this, dog. Let's go, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right, y'all boys.
All right, y'all. Be easy. Out here. Wear your mask. Wash your hands.
Of course.